After your initial QuickBooks sync has completed, log into the DrivenCRM program using the credentials you were provided in the welcome email. Log in as the administrator user, and go to the Options and Utilities menu and pick Company Preferences. The very first option in Company Preferences is Accounting Setup. Some of these options were already preset by the initial connector setup, such as the QuickBooks API being enabled and the data company file. What you'll notice is several GL account selections, such as the Accounts Receivable account, the Accounts Payable account, the Deposit Into, the Refund From, and the various accounts related to inventory. Open the drop-downs and you'll see the GL list that was pulled in from the QuickBooks connector. The Accounts Receivable account selection is used to deposit funds into the Accounts Receivable account for new customer records. The Accounts Payable account is for vendors. The Deposit Into account is for checks and credit card receipts, and the Refund account is for credit memos from customers. The Inventory Asset, Cost of Goods Sold, Income, and Expense accounts should be set to default values when DrivenCRM needs to add a new item list into QuickBooks on the fly. These are only used when DrivenCRM needs to add a new record into QuickBooks' item list and will use these 4 default entries. The next part of this setup, and the bottom part, talks about the numbering scheme, which allows you to have DrivenCRM have its own numbers and QuickBooks maintain separate numbers, or you can set DrivenCRM and QuickBooks numbers to match, which is what we recommend. You can also choose partial invoicing options, whether it generates an invoice in partial shipments or it waits until the entire shipment completes. You can choose if payments go over partially or if the payment goes over in one entry when the order completes. And you can choose if PO receipts go over as item receipts or go over as bills. Initially, you can also set the next quote, PO number, and order number that DrivenCRM will use. Just save those entries and that setup is complete.